John Gilligan has been arrested in Spain. The convicted drug dealer was one of 6 people detained as part of an operation in the Alicante area.
Greetings from the dark and stormy world of Irish organized crime, which promises to be an enthralling journey. We explore the spectacular rise and fall of Ireland's most infamous gang lords in today's video. Emerging from the shadows of Ireland's cities, these individuals woven a web of crime, power, and intrigue that enchanted the country and beyond. We'll discover the tales of these notorious figures who had a lasting impact on Ireland's criminal scene, from their modest origins to their meteoric ascent to fame and finally, their collapse. Join us as we navigate through their audacious criminal empires, ruthless tactics, and the dramatic twists and turns that defined their reigns and led to their spectacular falls from grace. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon so you never miss an update on our latest investigations. So let's get started with Martin Marlowe Hyland. Born on September 1st, 1969, in Cabra, Dublin, emerged as one of Ireland's most notorious gang leaders. His early years were marked by a rapid descent into criminality. As a teenager, Hyland led a gang that specialized in burglary, car theft, and robbery. His involvement in these activities led to his first major run-in with the law in 1986, when he was imprisoned for a range of offenses, including conspiracy to commit robbery and car theft. This early incarceration set the stage for a criminal career that would span 2 decades. Upon his release from prison, Hyland transitioned from petty crime to the more lucrative and dangerous world of drug trafficking. He forged an alliance with P.J. Judge, a prominent drug trafficker and gang leader from Finglas. This partnership significantly boosted Hyland's standing in the criminal underworld. However, the death of P.J. Judge left a power vacuum that Hyland quickly filled, establishing himself as the dominant figure in organized crime in North Dublin. Hyland's gang expanded its operation to include a wide array of criminal activities. In addition to drug trafficking, they were involved in armed robberies, VAT fraud, and car theft. Between 2002 and 2004, Hyland's gang executed a series of high-profile armed robberies targeting security vans, amassing an estimated €3 million. These heists demonstrated Hyland's strategic acumen and the gang's operational prowess, solidifying their reputation and influence. Despite their success, Hyland and his gang were not invincible. The increasing boldness of their operations attracted the attention of Gardaí, the National Police Service of Ireland. In response, Gardaí launched Operation Oak, a targeted campaign aimed at dismantling Hyland's criminal empire. The operation led to significant arrests and the seizure of substantial amounts of drugs, cash, and weapons. These law enforcement actions began to erode the gang's power and Hyland's influence. As Gardaí intensified their efforts, Hyland found himself increasingly isolated. Trust within the gang deteriorated, and internal tensions rose. The pressure from law enforcement and internal strife culminated in a fatal turning point for Hyland. On December 12, 2006, he was shot dead at his niece's home in Scribblestown Park, Finglas. The murder was a stark indication of the volatile and perilous nature of gang leadership. Hyland's death marked the end of an era for his gang, but did not signify the end of gangland violence in Dublin. His life and criminal activities left a lasting impact on the landscape of organized crime in Ireland. The power vacuum created by his death led to further violence as rival factions and emerging leaders vied for control. The legacy of Martin Marlowe Hyland is a dark chapter in Irish criminal history, reflecting the ruthless and often short-lived nature of life in the underworld. His story serves as a grim reminder of the destructive impact of organized crime on communities and the relentless efforts required by law enforcement to combat such entrenched criminal activities. Despite his criminal success, Hyland's life ended violently, underscoring the inevitable downfall that befalls many who tread the perilous path of gang leadership. For the next one, arrogance was a key factor in the rise and fall of one of Dublin's most notorious gangland figures, Freddie Thompson. Once a close ally of Daniël Kinahan, Thompson's criminal career began with his involvement in a violent feud in Dublin's Crumlin area, sparked by a failed drugs deal in 2000. This feud, which claimed 16 lives over 12 years, cemented Thompson's reputation as a ruthless criminal. His ties to the Kinahan cartel allowed him to expand his operations internationally, gaining prominence in Spain and Amsterdam. Thompson's influence grew during the 2016 split between the Kinahan cartel and veteran mobster Jerry the Monk Hutch, positioning him as a crucial ally of the Kinahans. However, his criminal empire came crashing down when he was convicted in August of the previous year for the murder of David Douglas. Thompson's story is a stark reminder of how arrogance and a ruthless pursuit of power can lead to a dramatic downfall and a life sentence. And finally, the last one in our today's list is Martin Foley, also known as the Viper, is one of Ireland's most infamous crime bosses, with a criminal record spanning over 4 decades. Born on November 24, 1952, Foley's journey into the criminal underworld began in his youth. He started as a street drug dealer and eventually became a significant figure in Dublin's organized crime scene. Foley's early criminal activities included burglary, car theft, and robbery, leading to his first conviction in 1968. Over the years, he amassed over 40 convictions for various offenses, including assault, robbery, and possession of dangerous weapons. Foley became a close associate of Martin Cahill, also known as the General, and participated in numerous high-risk jewelry heists. He later aligned himself with John Gilligan, becoming a significant drug importer. The Viper's life has been marked by violence and numerous attempts on his life. He has survived multiple gunshot wounds, with at least 18 bullet wounds to show for it. In 1984, Foley was kidnapped by the IRA and beaten before being released, following a gunfight between the Garde and paramilitaries in Phoenix Park. He was shot outside Fatima Mansions in 1995 and again in 1996, an attack believed to have been ordered by John Gilligan and executed by convicted killer Brian Meehan. In 2000, Foley was shot while leaving a swimming pool in Terenure. The most recent attempt on his life occurred on January 26, 2008, when he was shot 4 times outside a gym in Dublin by the Kinahan cartel on orders from Christy Kinahan over a €100,000 debt. Despite knowing the identities of his attackers, Foley managed to stay on the cartel's good side. Foley's notoriety extended beyond his violent escapades. In 2020, he was ordered to pay €738,000 in tax interest and penalties after losing an appeal to the Supreme Court on a tax bill from the Criminal Assets Bureau, CAB. The original amount owed had more than tripled due to interest and penalties. Throughout his criminal career, Foley had numerous feuds with other gang leaders, earning him the moniker, the Rasputin of organized crime, due to his seeming invincibility. His criminal activities have included drug trafficking, armed robbery, and violent assaults. Despite his criminal background, Foley transitioned to a role as a debt collector, founding Viper Debt Recovery. However, this venture also led to legal troubles. In one incident, Foley and his co-accused Alan Nolte were charged with threatening to slit a man's throat over a €4,000 debt. Foley's personal life has been equally tumultuous. His first wife supported him through his criminal endeavors, incarceration, and assassination attempts, but eventually passed away from cancer in 2018. Following her death, Foley married Sonia Doyle, 26 years his junior, in a private ceremony in the Canary Islands in 2013. Foley's life has been a testament to the relentless violence and chaos that accompany a life of crime, leaving a lasting impact on those around him. The life and crimes of Martin the Viper Foley are a stark reminder of the destructive nature of organized crime. Despite his resilience and survival through numerous assassination attempts, his life has been marked by relentless violence and legal troubles. His story serves as a cautionary tale about the far-reaching consequences of a life steeped in crime. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the dark and turbulent world of Irish organized crime. Today, we've explored the dramatic rise and fall of some of Ireland's most notorious gang bosses. From Freddie Thompson's ruthless pursuit of power to Martin Marlowe Hyland's strategic criminal empire, and Martin the Viper Foley's relentless life of violence, we uncovered the stories of these infamous leaders who left an indelible mark on Ireland's criminal landscape. If you found this exploration gripping and want to dive deeper into the world of crime and its impact, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment with your thoughts on these infamous crime bosses. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more riveting content as we continue to uncover the hidden facets of the criminal underworld.